I see a lot of people on here like worrying about the recession and like getting ready for it and stuff, but I'm gonna tell you who's not worried about it. It's us poverty veterans. Like, I feel really bad for first gen poor people, but us poverty veterans, we got this. Like, I swear, for I don't know how long, for a long time, my mom and I survived on Kraft macaroni and cheese and some ranch style beans. Sometimes we'd get to go like to Wendy's and we would get $1 bacon cheeseburger. She would always tell me, hey, I'm on a diet, I need to lose some weight, I'm just gonna eat the tomato, because I hated tomatoes, and she'd give me the rest of the bacon cheeseburger. So the two of us ate on $1. And so this shit ain't gonna bother me. I got me a little old garden, I got me some chickens, I'm canning some stuff, and like, we will survive. We will survive. I drive a 10-year-old car with almost 200,000 miles on it. Could give two shits about a new car because I don't really care what anyone thinks of me. I don't know. My house is literally like 50 years old. Again, don't owe anything on it because, praise God, I know what it's like to be poor, so I never wanted to put myself in like a bunch of debt where somebody could take my shit away. So this is going to be a really good learning lesson for a lot of people. Live below your means. I too like to spend some money like it's going out of style, but I'm really glad for the last year that I've kind of like got myself in check and I didn't get a new car. Anyways, love y'all. Bye.
Hi guys, welcome back. So we're going to be checking out videos on recession. I've had that thought for I think since last year, where we were saying we think there's like already a recession. People refuse to admit to it that we're actually dealing with a recession and wait until the politicians actually say, yeah, you know, this is what we're dealing with. But I've always felt like we were in a recession because a lot of people have been unemployed. Some just feel like because they're letting go of government workers, all of a sudden, oh, that's the reason why unemployment is skyrocketing. It's like unemployment has been up for a long time. Like, people have been unemployed, and some have been going on 1 year and almost 2 years now being unemployed and searching for a job and not finding anything. So when it comes to that, like, that has been happening like for a while. So but we're going to be checking out this video, you know, at least since the president already made a statement. I guess this is when some people's attention is being drawn to it. We're going to be checking out this video, but before we get right into this video, please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
So Frumpy has said that a recession is likely in the next couple of months. So y'all, we need to start preparing now, stocking up your food and etc, because the last recession we had was hard for everybody. You know what? Biden kept us out of a recession for 4 years. Frumpy managed to put us in a fucking recession in a matter of months. Months! And now and then on top of that, fucking Canada didn't put on 25% tariffs on electricity. So everybody in the Midwest and up north, y'all fucked. Y'all electricity bill is about to go up in the middle of a recession. Your bills are about to go up. The Dow Jones, the stock market is going down again as well. How many times this man crashed the fucking market since he's been in office? Get me off this goddamn planet. I'm ready to go. Where the fuck are the aliens? Y'all say y'all was gonna be here years ago. Where are y'all? We need y'all to come pick up some folks. I mean, if y'all don't want us, take him.
Everyone's freaking out about a potential recession, and listen, I survived the last one in my 20s, and here's how. I stayed broke. Guess what? Nothing changes when you can't afford shit.
If Trump has you scared about a recession or the stock market crashing, I need you to understand one thing. And if you understand this one thing, I almost fell, y'all. And if you understand this one thing, you're going to make a lot of money. It is simple. Recessions make millionaires. The reason is, it's just that everything is going to be on sale. So as an example, that house that you cannot afford right now is going to be on sale in a few months. And if it is, you can scoop it up on a deal. Or your favorite stocks like Nvidia are going to be on sale. And if they are, you get to go and scoop it up while everyone else is out there panicking. And if you're really smart about all of this, you're making your job easy. You're using AI to help you find all of these deals. And that is exactly why we created Benton. Benton is our investing app that uses AI to help you automatically invest in the best companies in the world. So while people are out there panicking, you are scooping up all of these companies on a discount. So again, please, please, please remember that recessions make millionaires. Your job is to scoop up all of these assets while they are on sale. You don't want to wait until they are, back at 200%. You want to scoop them up while they are getting slaughtered. That's a discount. And discounts for you means you make a lot more money. Hey, don't say I didn't tell you. Peace.
America is heading into a major recession. I've spent the last 3 days talking to my contacts all over the world, including my contacts from Washington when I worked in the Bush administration years ago. And I have some friends at Social Security, pretty high up in Social Security administration, and there's a lot of concerns what's going on with them. People are going to start missing checks, Social Security checks. So I just wanted to put this out as a warning to my friends, especially my entrepreneurial friends, my younger friends around the world that are not big on following economic trends and what's going on around the world and the impact it has on us financially. I just want to say, you're not going to hear this probably from the government because consumer spending is what controls 70% of the economy. And if the government comes out and warns against recession, more people will tighten up and consumer confidence goes down, which actually can be a major cause of the recession. So my point is this: please hold on to your money. I'll tell you what rich people are doing all over the country. They're holding back. They're selling their stocks. If you have stock, I would say hold. I'm not a big fan of flipping back and forth as the market goes up and down, but we are living in uncertain times, and markets hate uncertainty, which is why you saw the stock market, just dive last week. I think we're going to have another terrible week in the market. We'll see. No one really knows. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm just trying to communicate this to especially people that don't follow economic trends as much, maybe in some of the political things that are happening. What's going on in Washington is terrifying the world. We had offices at one time in 10 countries around the world, and I'm in constant communication with my friends in all those countries, and even though we don't operate there anymore, since I said I'm retired. But what they're telling me is the world is blocking us out. The free world is blocking us out. You can see what's happening with Canada. They're pulling American products. The bottom line, I won't get into a whole discussion about this, but the bottom line is please hold on to your money. This is not a time to buy new cars, buy new anything. Please hold on to your money. Be conservative. It is about to get bumpy in America in terms of economics. We've got an administration in Washington, it's not a political post, but that doesn't know what they're doing clearly, and they're imposing tariffs on friendly countries and all the rest of it, and that's what's causing the uncertainty in the markets, and it's not going to stop. They are going to keep doing this. I can almost promise you again, I don't have a crystal ball. Please hold on to your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about me either, okay? But when you've got money, it's different, okay? If you got a bunch of money, hold on to it. If you have almost no money, which most people, that's mostly the case with people, hold on to your money. Stop spending money. Stop buying things, okay? Because you're going to need all the cash you can get. Now, if you're an older person in America and you're on Social Security, prepare for the checks to stop coming. I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. Prepare for delays in checks, okay? Because they're gutting the Social Security Administration and they can't continue it. The experts are telling us every single day, what Trump is doing and what his administration is doing is going to eventually stop the checks. It's going to interrupt the flow. So if you're paying your rent on your Social Security check or anything else, or your food, please be prepared. It's coming. The storm is coming. The government's not going to tell you this, again, because they don't want to scare you into doing exactly what I'm suggesting you do, which is hold on to your money, okay? Please prepare yourself for economic turbulence. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to try to use too much hyperbole. I think it's worse than that. It's coming, okay? When you try to play just America first and you practice protectionism, which means it's just about us. We're the only country in the world. Everyone else can go screw themselves. We don't care about anybody. America first. We sound like a 12-year-old, okay? It is a 12-year-old philosophy. The bottom line is we live in a globalized economy. It doesn't work. The whole free world is shutting us off. You guys, we're a really rich country. We can't afford for the entire free world to stop buying from us. And they're going to. They're starting it now because they no longer trust us. And we cannot be trusted. And if you're watching this from another country, another free country, okay, every country basically, outside of Iran and Russia and China and, and some of the other ones that are not free countries, that are not our friends, if you're in a a free country and you're watching this, please don't ever trust us. As long as Trump is at the helm, never trust America again. He is not trustworthy. Again, I've known this guy half of my life. He is not trustworthy. No one would ever trust Trump across the street that knows him. And unfortunately, we've got half the populace that somehow has fallen into this spider's web. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. But the bottom line is you can't trust him. The markets are going to shake. It's going to get very, very tough in America very, very soon. I'm not talking about 6 months down the road, you guys. I'm talking very soon. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. Okay, I hope I'm wrong. I hope everyone I'm talking to around the world is wrong. And everyone I'm talking to in the government of the United States is wrong. Okay, but you want to be prepared. So hopefully I'm wrong about this, but please be prepared. Stop spending money. Stop making purchases you can't afford. Please don't buy a house if you can't afford it. Please don't put things on credit cards if you can't afford to pay the whole thing off every single month. Please don't do that because it's going to get bumpy and they don't care about you. This administration couldn't care less. They're very, 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 very rich people. They don't feel your pain. They don't feel economic pain. It's just a couple dollars to them, even if it's a couple $1 million. Okay? It doesn't matter to them. They're not worried about paying for kids' school or daycare or car payments or house payments. They don't have any of those things. They're not worried about the price of eggs. They don't even know what the price of eggs is. Okay? They don't care. No one is coming to save you, especially this administration. This is a brutal administration. So anyway, I don't want to make it political. Just please be careful. Okay, please be careful. Keep the money you have. Let's ride this out. This house of cards will eventually fall. Okay, hopefully before the country falls itself. But this will all fall eventually. But it may take time. I don't know how long. I wish I knew. Please be conservative. They're not going to tell you this. Please be conservative so you and your family are safe financially until Trump is long gone.
Earlier today, my financial advisor sent us an email asking how we were feeling about everything that's happening in the markets and if we had any questions or anything. And basically, no. You've heard the phrasing that people who get hurt on a roller coaster are the ones that jump off. So that's kind of our approach, and he agrees too. But he made a comment that I think is good for us to hear, and so I wanted to share it. Above all, expect many, many news headlines. Even a hint of a recession will lead to a lot of fear-mongering because fear gets clicks. The truth is, we don't know we're in a recession until we're in one, and then they only last an average of 10 months. This means that by the time we know we're in one, we might be halfway through it. It's important not to let the headlines and social media posts make us hit the panic button and have a knee-jerk reaction. So, if that helps you, then I hope it does. Stay curious.
So Trump just admitted that a recession is likely. It's probably inevitable at this point. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm confused. I thought we've been in a recession already. Shit been tough for me since 2020. You mean to tell me there's more? God damn. Everybody I know already living check to check damn near. It's gonna get worse? What the fuck? Fucking recession. I already can't buy a house in this damn country. I haven't ate eggs in 2 months. Now this? Tighten your boots, ladies. I guess the roller coaster's going for a big dip now.
I wish I had better news, but the stock market is tanking. Farmers are getting hit where it hurts. And now, thanks to Trump's trade war, millions of Americans might have to pay more for their electricity. Oh, and Trump is refusing to rule out a recession, simply calling it a period of transition. So yeah, things are about to get messy. Let's get into it. Trump recently said that he couldn't rule out a recession this year. He explained that the economy is going through a period of transition because of his trade policies. Many people are worried about what might happen next, especially as the stock market continues to drop. On Monday, the stock market fell sharply, and nobody is really sure how long all of this is going to last. In response to the trade war with the U.S., Ontario, Canada announced a new surcharge on electricity sold to U.S. states. This means millions of Americans in places like Michigan, Minnesota, and New York could see their electricity bills go up. Ontario said that this surcharge was necessary and in response to Trump's tariffs on Canada. Farmers in the U.S. are also worried about the effects of Trump's trade war. China has put tariffs on many U.S. farm products like chicken, soybeans, and wheat that went into effect today. The retaliatory tariffs will hurt farmers who are already struggling struggling with high costs. Adding to the chaos, the stock market's sharp drop is adding to the uncertainty. The S&P 500, a major stock index, has lost over 8% of its value since February. Investors are concerned about the future of the economy, and many are nervous about how Trump's trade policies will affect the country in the long run. As the economy faces these challenges, many Americans are just feeling the pressure. With higher electricity bills and the effects of tariffs, no one knows when things will get better. They won't. And everybody's just waiting to see how this situation will unfold.
Maybe they did, in fact, vote in their best interest. Let's just pause. Let's just pause for a second. Maybe we're putting words in their mouths. Maybe we're speaking too fast. Maybe we're just assuming that everybody wants, more job opportunities, a better economy, you know what I'm saying? Rights for all Americans, protections and security for all Americans. Maybe that's what we assume everybody wants. And we could try to come up with all types of reasoning as to why people vote the way they vote. Maybe they're illiterate. Maybe they can't read. They, don't have reading comprehension, or whatever the case may be. Maybe if you do look at a state's educational rank or scores or prowess in general, and then look at whether they voted red or blue, maybe there is a correlation there. I don't know. Maybe it is. But I think we may be discounting what could be the biggest driver for people to vote the way they vote. And that is white supremacy. Maybe their best interest is, in fact, racism, homophobia, xenophobia, misogyny. Because if that is, in fact, their best interest, then the way they voted, the reasoning why we are where we are, makes perfect sense.
Why is nobody talking about how we're probably going to be in a massive recession or even a depression? Because in the last 3 weeks alone, there's been like almost 1 million people laid off. And while that's like, kind of a small percentage of the country, it's only going to keep going and keep getting worse. Because as people are getting laid off, then unemployment is gonna need to go up, and that's probably going to be cut. So then people are not going to get unemployment, which means that their spending is going to be going down, which means that other businesses are going to have to start laying off people, which is just going to be a continual cycle. So these cost cutting things that are happening within the government that everybody voted for is going to start trickling down. The only trickle-down economics that work are negative ones. So you think about this in the next 6 to 8 months, whenever they're like, it's starting to show signs of a recession. And then within the next year or two, whenever it's like, here comes the next Great Depression. Thanks, Trump.